This is actually from a few years ago, but I just remembered it and it made me laugh. So I wanted to share. I worked for a few years part-time in reservations for a large casino and resort. We were frequently short-staffed on any given day, leaving us deep in queue and some pissed-off customers once we got to them. It was very draining, and we had lots of turnover. 3 to 4 supervisors were present during each shift, in the middle of the room, while the workers surrounded the edges. During the day, we'd make trips up to their mid-floor open office to hand in forms, sign things, etc. They almost never jumped on the lines to help with the queue, though, somehow too busy to help. One day, we are about 25 deep in queue, and I go up to have them sign something. The supervisor does not see me approach, and I notice she is online shopping for shoes or something. She attempts to quickly change the window, but it was too late. Keep in mind, the supervisors could use the internet freely, but we workers were not allowed to use the internet at all, even during slow times. I decide that it's some bullshit to avoid helping with the queue, to online shop on the company clock, and all the time to do something that workers were not even allowed to do. So I figured out how to keep them all busy permanently. We had these things called profile merge slips. Basically, when a customer would call in to make a reservation, you should check our customer database to see if they've stayed before. By name, by player's number, etc. But many would not do this, or would not do it correctly. Therefore, you'd end up having half a dozen profiles for the same actual customer. When we encountered these during our normal duties, we were supposed to fill out profile merge slips with the person's name, player's hashtag, and the various profile hashtags they had, and highlighting what you believed to be the correct profile hashtag if you thought that there was one. These were turned in to the supervisors for them to correct within the database in their spare time, as we workers did not have the ability/authority to actually make these edits/corrections within the database. You might normally turn 1, 2 of these profile merge slips in each week. I decided to do these with every spare second I had, since we couldn't do much else. I systematically began going through the entire customer database, at least 20,000 profiles. Beginning with last names with the letter A, I easily made dozens of these profile merge slips each shift. My record was 104 in one shift. Each of these profile merges probably took 20 minutes each for the supervisor to review and implement the changes. Sometimes they'd come back to me with not sufficient info for merge. I didn't care. I knew this and I'd submit them anyways. Not my job, nor did I have the database authority to figure out which one was actually correct, if any. As you might guess, this cut into their spare time free-for-all. So I do this for about 3 months, and they are so backed up now. Each day, I'm getting the approved and denied profile merge slips in my inbox, for ones that I had submitted several weeks ago. As time passes, they get more and more behind. Here's the best part. We suddenly are given a policy change. We can now all use the internet on our spare time. Great. I know this was purposefully directed towards how I was using my spare time, as it was never even a sincere thought before this to allow us unfettered internet access. Basically, they'd finally be allowing us the same rights they had, in an attempt to give me something preferable to do with my time instead of profile merge slips. Nope, I still kept at it, though I did poke around Reddit here and there, smiley face. I never stopped submitting those bad boys every chance I got. By the time I put my 2 weeks resignation in, they were 3 months behind in profile merge slips. It took months just to get through one letter of the alphabet. I had only gotten to the letter H. I left that place so happy, knowing that workers finally got to use the internet because the bosses didn't like doing extra work, and instead, they essentially lost their own ability to use their spare time on the web. Shouldn't have been online shopping while we were in the queue. Edit. Not every supervisor was a jerk. There were many days when I actually liked all the supervisors on my shift and who were coming into the next shift, so I wouldn't turn my profile merge slips in that day. I think everyone breathed a collective sigh of relief when I didn't turn anything in. But there was one in particular boss, lipstick on a pig, who was just a straight bitch. Previously, as a worker, she would routinely hit the skip button on her phone to avoid taking her turn for a call, and it would pass on to the next poor soul. We were almost never supposed to skip calls, but not only did she do it routinely and openly, she got a promotion to supervisor. You can then imagine what she was like with an ounce of authority. So, I'd save up my profile merge slips for a few days, And as soon as Lipstick on a Pig came in for a shift that I worked, I'd personally hand her my amassed 100 to 200 profile merge slips with my best smile. Here you go. Made some more today. Forgot to turn them in yesterday, too. Oops. That was the best part. Please leave your story in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get new update. Thank you.